Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Enlightening, text 12, text 13 and text 14 of chapter 5, the cause of all causes of second canto, the cosmic manifestation of Srimad Bhagavatam, text 12. Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Yanamaya Durajayaya Mam Vadanti Jagadguru. I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna, Vasudevaya, the personality of Godhead, whose invincible potency influences them, the less intelligent class of men, to call me the Supreme Controller. As will be more clearly explained in the next verse, the illusory energy of the Lord bewilders the less intelligent to accept Brahmaji or for that matter any other person as the Supreme Lord. Brahmaji, however, refuses to be called this and he directly offers his respectful obeisances unto Lord Vasudevaya or Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, as he has already offered the same respects to him in the Brahma Samhita 5.1. Ishwarah Paramah Krishna Sachidanandah Vigraha Anadiradir Govindah Sarva Karana Karanam. The Supreme Lord is the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, the primeval Lord in his transcendental body, the ultimate cause of all causes. I worship that primeval Lord Govinda. Brahmaji is conscious of his actual position and he knows how less intelligent persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord whimsically accept anyone and everyone as God. A responsible personality like Brahmaji refuses to be addressed as the Supreme Lord by his disciples or subordinates, but foolish persons praised by men of the nature of dogs, hawks, camels and asses feel flattered to be addressed as the Supreme Lord. Why such persons take pleasure in being addressed as God, or why such persons are addressed as God by foolish admirers, is explained in the following verse. Text 13. Vilajja manaya yasya sthatu mikshapathe amuya vimohita vikathante mamaha miti durdhiyah. The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position, but those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine. The invincibly powerful deluding energy of the personality of God, or the third energy representing nescience, can bewilder the entire world of animation, but still she is not strong enough to be able to stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Nescience is behind the personality of Godhead, where she is powerful enough to mislead the living beings, and the primary symptom of bewildered persons is that they talk nonsense. Nonsensical talks are not supported by the principles of Vedic literatures, and first grade nonsense talk is it is I, it is mine. A godless civilization is exclusively conducted by such false ideas, and such persons without any factual realization of God accept a false God or falsely declare themselves to be God to mislead persons who are already bewildered by their deluding energy. Those who are before the Lord, however, and who surrender unto Him cannot be influenced by the deluding energy, therefore they are free from the misconceptions of it is I, it is mine, and therefore they do not accept a false God or pose themselves as equal to the Supreme Lord. Identification of the bewildered person is distinctly given in this verse. Text 14. Dravyam karma cha kalasha cha svabhavo jeev eva cha vasudevat paro brahmanna chanyo artho asti tatvatah. The five elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof, set up by eternal time, and the intuition or nature of the individual living beings are all differentiated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead Vasudevaya, and in truth there is no other value in them. This phenomenal world is impersonally the representation of Vasudevaya because the ingredient of its creation, their interaction, and the enjoyer of the resultant action, the living being, are all produced by the external and internal energies of Lord Krishna. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.45. The ingredients, namely earth, water, fire, air and sky, as well as the conception of material identity, intelligence and the mind, are produced of the external energy of the Lord. The living entity who enjoys the interaction of the above gross and subtle ingredients as set up by internal time is an offshoot of internal potency with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. In the material world, the living entity is enticed by deluding nescience, but in the spiritual world, he is in the normal condition of spiritual existence without any delusion. The living entity is known as the marginal potency of the Lord, but in all circumstances, neither the material ingredients nor the spiritual parts and parcels are independent of the personality of Godhead Vasudevaya. For all things, whether products of the external, internal or marginal potencies of the Lord, are simply displays or the same effulgence of the Lord, just as light, heat, and smoke are displays of fire. None of them are separate from the fire. All of them combine together to be called fire. Similarly, all phenomenal manifestations as well as the effulgence of the body of Vasudeva are his impersonal features, whereas he eternally exists in his transcendental form called Satchidananda Vigraha, distinct from all conceptions of the material ingredients mentioned here. Hare Krishna.